Welcome to Heart with Martine. Today, we are having another beautiful show where our guest, a former volleyball athlete, is going to be talking to us about her challenges with her weight issues. Before stepping into the gym, like and share our video on Facebook, on YouTube. You have questions? Let us know. We will be gladly answering them. But now, let's go and talk to Angela into the gym.
Hi, it's Angela, and I'm one of the trainers at San Antonio Fit Body Transformation Center, and I'm here in the gym, and we have some great exercises for you, so look out.
So exciting, Angela. I'm looking forward to hearing more.
Our first exercise is going to be a duck walk. You're going to take 4 steps forward, and then you have those weights on your shoulders. Using those challenging weights, you're going to press up 4 times. So 4 little steps with those weights on your shoulders, and from that same position, that squatting position, you're going to press up 4 times and continue to repeat. Our next exercise is going to be an up and down squat. You have your challenging weights across your chest in a cross position, like so. And you're going to be going up and down. And as you go down, you're going to be lifting those elbows up as high as you're able to go. So as you go down, you're going to lift those elbows up, and then you'll put them back down, and you continue to repeat. Hi, it's Angela again, and I'm one of the trainers at San Antonio Fit Body Transformation Center. And now back to the studio with Martine.
Today we are having Annette and Patrick. We are going to start with Miss Annette. Annette would like to know, I have a history of getting hurt easily. Will that deter me from starting this beautiful program? It is a beautiful question, Annette, and no, it will not deter you to start this beautiful program. Because when people come in and they do have injuries, we always like to modify the exercises. As long as you will let us know what's going on, we can definitely work as a team. Now we're gonna go with Patrick's question. Patrick would like to know, I seem to be freaking out during the holidays, which makes me really overwhelmed. I just want to eat. How can this program help me? That is a very interesting question, Patrick. Thank you so much for asking. First, you have to ask yourself, what is making you feeling overwhelmed? Is it because it is the holiday itself? Have you lost someone during this time? Have you gained weight during that time and you do not really know how to proceed? Once you find your answer, then you're able to focus and really write down the goals and what you would like to achieve throughout this period. Hopefully that is helping you out. Now we are going to go on the other side of this video. I'm here with Miss Catelyn. Hi, Catelyn.
Hi.
Hi. And Catelyn is a member of San Antonio Fit Body Transformation. Catelyn, I would like to start that. I know that you have a past in being in sport, correct? Which sport have you been playing?
Volleyball and softball.
Okay, that's why you're very tall. Awesome. And so have you played kind of mainly most of your life?
For the most part, yeah. I started playing softball right around 5th grade, and then I didn't start playing volleyball until late middle school, early high school.
Okay. So my question is this. How can someone who's been so sporty, so athletic, went all the way to the door of San Antonio Fit Body Transformation feeling kind of defeated, one of the first that I've met you? Can you explain to myself, but also our audience, how was that transition of sport to here?
I guess for the most part, as a former athlete, you kind of get to the point in your life where you don't think it's going to be possible for you to ever stop playing sports, but a lot of times official sport playing comes to an end. And so that transition is often hard for athletes that are used to working out, having a coach kind of push them day in and day out. So when they stop playing sports, they often have not necessarily formed the the workout routines themselves, because they've always had a coach to push them. So then when it ends, they kind of don't know what to do. And so I found myself in a situation where I no longer was forced necessarily to do, morning workouts or morning lifts. And when that ended, I didn't know how to transition. And so I found myself kind of staying sedentary, like, well, if I don't need to go to the gym, then, if no one's holding me accountable, then I just won't go. And so that happened a lot, and that's how I found myself gaining weight and finding my way in.
Okay, and how much weight have you gained during that time?
During the time, I think when I stopped playing college athletics, to the point where I ended up here, I had gained right around 70 pounds.
Okay, so not only have you stopped obviously working out and not go to the gym, but I'm assuming that your eating habits were not the best?
Yeah, no, we in college athletics, a lot of times they had you on a pretty healthy meal plan, and our coach also held that part of us accountable. But then again, when there was not someone to oversee my eating habits, I made bad decisions.
Okay.
And gained weight.
And when you gained those 70 pounds, what was that mindset at that time?
I guess I thought I didn't see it in myself. I thought everything was fine, and even though I saw myself gaining weight, I didn't realize how rapidly I was gaining weight or how much I had gained since I ended. So, and then once it was on, I felt a little bit defeated. People would say, weren't you an athlete? How did you get to this point? Because they kind of figure you never will stop working out. But then I felt a little bit defeated at that point. Like, how do I get started again? Because I had never gotten to the point where I needed to get started on weight loss, because I had never really been that big before.
And do you think that the fact that the people were telling you, you were an athlete before, weren't you? Kind of affected you mentally?
Yeah, definitely. It made me feel, or it made me look internally and externally to realize, oh wow, it's a little bit further along than I thought. I didn't realize I had kind of let myself go in a way until more and more people said, you've been gaining some weight. Like, yeah, I didn't realize it was this much. Yeah. So I guess when other people notice, then it made me kind of take a second look at how far I had come and the decisions I was making and whether I wanted to continue to make those decisions or make a change.
I'm very happy that you made that decision because as you guys can see, her before and after pictures are awesome. And how much pounds have you lost as of right now?
This morning was 49.
Ooh, yay!
Very
so
close.
One more pound to 50.
Yes.
And did you have in mind that you, at that short period of time, because it's not very long, that you would have been almost almost 50 pounds down by now?
I never thought it possible to lose 49 pounds, and so especially in that amount of time. Although it's actually 9 months today to the day, so very exciting.
It's very nice. I'm very excited about that as well. And there's one more point I would like to talk about. I know that you've told me before, I think that you went through depression. Mm-hmm. How were you able to overcome it?
I think some of the depression came from no longer being on a team. So as an athlete, you kind of get used to your teammates and kind of always having someone to turn to, a group of strong women oftentimes. And I found myself kind of needing that and wanting to fill that void. And so actually coming to the gym here and having that strong group of females pushing themselves and being highly encouraging actually kind of helped me turn around my feelings of depression. And so I think having that bond with other strong women was really important for me.
And I'm glad too, because we also have those, you're working in teams as well, so it can probably help you out a lot. And then, I did say it was my last point, but I do have one more point. You talked about love language.
Yes.
I would like you to explore that, because you've mentioned that I believe her family love language was food. So I would like you to touch base on that.
So growing up, my stepmom was Italian, and my dad is Mexican, and my biological mother is Polish. And so all three of those cultures, food is very important to the culture, and it's often the time that family comes together. And I was very blessed to have so many people in my life that supported me, as my parents did. But oftentimes that was how we expressed our love for one another. So we would get together as a family and eat, large meals. And so I often found myself connecting my parents' love with food. And so when I felt depressed or sad and was looking for that love, I would fill that with food because that was the pattern I had always kind of connected growing up. So it got to the point where I needed to realize that that was not actually how they were expressing their love. It was not the food, it just happened to come with their love. And so separating those two, that I can still feel and do feel very loved by my family, but it doesn't have to come with eating or overeating.
And I think that she's mentioning something extremely important that I'm sure that many people probably go through that. I don't know if they call it the love language, which I really like that when you've mentioned that, but if you have to say advice to someone who's either an athletic at this moment or who's about to finish their athletic career, what would you like to say to them?
I guess I would just encourage them to find that team dynamic if that's something they feel is very important to them in some part of their life, whether it's continuing with a gym membership on teams or just remaining active and realizing that that feeling of sadness from stopping playing sports is, you're not alone. All athletes, I think, go through that at some point, but you can find it again. And there's many places in the world that can give that to you, including some place like this gym or other, intramural sports perhaps, or something to keep them involved and connected. And that can be really important to making you feel the same way you did when you were being competitive and being athletic.
I like that. That's a beautiful answer. Thank you. So guys, you have it. I'm not even able to say it better than her, but yes, if you are a former athlete, if you are an athlete and you are going towards the end of your career, you already know you want to keep working out, even if it's not with your team per se, but you still want to keep working out. You still want to make sure that you're watching what you're eating, and everything else is going to be great. Thank you and have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for tuning in and for watching Heart to Heart every 2 weeks, guys. Also, thank you to our beautiful guest and awesome trainer, Miss Angela. Don't forget, go on Facebook, go on YouTube. Click the bell below if you're on YouTube to share bi-weekly updates. From San Antonio Fit Body Transformation, thank you for helping me change the world one person at a time.